Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today, back with another game review here, and the Flyers, they pick up a 3-0 win here on the road. Their first of 6 games in 9 days here. So again, really important stretch coming up for the Flyers. And, they pick up a 3-0 win, a very dominant performance, I will say. Second game in a row, you've, outshot the opponent heavily. Flyers had, again, 39 shots in this game, and they also did last game as well. They had 39 up against the Rangers there, too. So, again, a couple things, just, a few things to start off. Lines were pretty similar. The first 2 lines were the same as last game, so JVR, Couturier, Farabee, Giroux, Hayes, Patrick. You then had 4 guys come back from the COVID list today. They all played. So Lindblom, Lawton, Voracek, and Braun. So obviously we saw yesterday practice there was kind of a confusion going around, and it was, is Myers a scratch, or is it just like a load management thing, or is it like a sending a message? And Myers was a scratch today because yesterday AV had said that it was supposed to be just to see how Braun would go with Sanheim, just to kind of see that. I know people were kind of like, wait, Myers is a scratch. And then, it came out today that he was a scratch. He was on the scratch list as a healthy scratch. So, again, I don't know if it is a load management thing or if it is just, maybe sending a message, because Myers didn't have his best game against the Rangers. But you could argue that Gustafsson hasn't looked great all year, even though he did have his, best game as a Flyer when he got the goal the other night. And that just wasn't because of the goal. He had a very good, solid game. But Hag has been very bad too. And I don't even really think Braun has been great. Honestly, Myers has been your third best defenseman all year. So I don't know if it's if it's a personal thing or just the way he's played or what. But I really don't understand it, to be honest. But the Flyers, they ended up, playing good. And honestly, I thought Braun had a great game overall. So again, I don't really think it's going to be anything long. I wouldn't be surprised if Myers is back in tomorrow, and he most likely will be. But as for the Flyers, again, going back to the offense there, Lindblom, Lawton, and Voracek, that was that third line. And then your fourth line was Raffl, Bunnaman, and Aubé-Kubel. Your defense was Ghost with Provorov, Sanheim and Braun, Hag and Gustafsson. So again, same D pairs as they had in practice yesterday, as Myers was, taking reps with Nate Prosser. So again, starting off in this one, some pretty back and forth hockey in the first few minutes. Hayes had a chance off the draw that fizzled out and ended up getting blocked. Voracek set up Lawton early, first shift from that line, and that line looked good all game. They had a really good shift from the fourth line and the third line. After that, a few chances in front, some cycle time. Flyers get a power play here. Reinhart takes a hold at 16:52. A few chances. They got that shooting mentality from the other night, but they didn't really have much zone time. But they shot the puck when they did. Lawton had a lot of chances early. He had some jump in this one early on. He ended up getting a goal later here. Buffalo gets a power play. Farabee slash. Weak call, but the Flyers also got a weak call on the power play on a hold there. So really after that, there weren't many penalties called. It was like they wanted to even it out, and then they kind of let most of the stuff go in the game until the second period. And that penalty was taken at 13:31. Flyers were really set up well on that. Obviously, no Eichel for Buffalo. That helped because, again, Eichel was day-to-day, undisclosed injury. So that helped definitely with the power play, because the Sabres have the number 1 power play in the league. Flyers really defended that well. And, they ended up taking 3 penalties in this one, but the one came with 34 seconds left, and the Flyers killed that off pretty much. And again, the game was over at that point anyway. So, again, penalty kill did look really good there, and it looked good throughout the game as well. Flyers had a few turnovers after the power play. They were a little sloppy in their own zone, but they came right back with a good shift from the Lawton line. Had a few good shifts. After that, again, started that off with the Giroux line, Jake line, and the fourth line. A lot of zone time. NAK had a beautiful chance. It was kind of like a broken up play. He shot it. Looked like it either deflected or it might have just went wide. And then the Flyers ended up getting a goal here. They get pucks deep, very similar to that goal from Gustafsson against the Rangers. They get pucks deep, defenseman pinches, and they set up a guy for a one-timer, and that's pretty much what it was. Sanheim, he pinched low, made a great play to get it off the wall, sent it in front to Couturier, and it went off of Montour's glove. It looked like it was still a good shot anyway. I don't know if it, because of the deflection, it went in. It looks like that might have been the way it was from the angle they gave on the camera. But again, the Flyers, they had a 1-0 lead here. Really nice setup there from Sanheim. And as I said, the Flyers are up 1-0. They get that first goal. Right after the goal, Flyers were gifted a chance. As it was such a weird play, I didn't even really see how it developed. I was typing something, and Patrick was just wide open with it, and he sent it to Giroux. And G was very patient with it. He tried to set up Hayes, and it ended up going wide, went right through Hayes' feet. But he drew a penalty. He got high sticked on it. Flyers had a couple setups from Couturier and Farabee. He got robbed on a great block by Eakin in front. Really nice play. Power play did look good in this one. They had their chances, but they couldn't really get much going. The first two power plays they had, that third one they had in the third period, they didn't really get any zone time at all. Sabres were very aggressive on it. Really good period from the Flyers. They owned a lot of zone time, got the first goal. They had two breakdowns, which were plays where just, turnovers in their own zone, whatever, had guys out there for a long period of time. And the Sabres had a lot of zone time after that, but that was really it. Moose was very good when he needed to be, and that's what Moose really was last game too. He was really good when he needed to be, when the Flyers weren't really generating the offense. And we're kind of stuck in their own zone a little bit. But shots on goal here after the first period were 11-6 in favor of the Flyers. Second period, a lot of whistles early on. It was just a weird start to the game because it was like back and forth, and Buffalo had like a little bit of a push in the first minute, and they kind of settled down. And then the Flyers just had shift after shift after shift. But it started off a really good shift from the Couturier line. They must have been in this offensive zone for a minute and a half, 2 minutes. It seemed like they were all over Buffalo. Braun had a really good back check to break up a breakaway. Ghost before that, a couple minutes before, had a really good defensive play that led to that really long shift for the Flyers in the offensive zone. He looked really good in this one, Gostisbehere. Had a lot of jump in the offensive zone, very creative, really good, defensively. Stick was in good spots. He was, he really collapsed well on every forward that pretty much came near him. And he defended everybody really well, and he stripped the puck a couple times. Really good breakout passes. It was really all Flyers in the period so far. They did a great job on the faceoffs and lots of zone time. Faceoffs were huge in this one. To end the game, 62% for the Flyers on faceoffs, 38% for Buffalo. And they absolutely smoked them in the faceoff circle today, which is one of the reasons why they had so much zone time, because they won the draw, which led to everything after that. Buffalo ends up getting a power play here, offensive zone penalty. It sucks because you had to call that one. JVR is battling Ristolainen on the boards, and he takes a trip. It's tough because you have to call that pretty much. It's one that you really can't let that go. So with 9:07 there, Flyers did a really good job on this kill. Really aggressive at the line, sending it down. They ended up killing that one off. Great setup off a pass. For Hayes to Patrick, showing off that skill. Oh my God, this goal would have been disgusting. It was like one of them plays where you think Hayes has no chance to make a play, and he still makes it because just the puck protection he has is insane. He sends like a one-handed pass over to Patrick. He put it in between his legs, and he sent it up to Giroux for a one-timer. And that one ended up being a really nice save there from Hutton. The Sabres ended up coming back with a point chance, and that was stopped by Elliott through traffic. He covered up. Off that defensive zone faceoff, the Flyers, they defended well. They got it out of their zone. Provorov sent it up. JVR, really nice pass to find Ghost, creeping in, and Ghost scores. He scores 5-hole. He got two games here, 2 goals for Ghost. He was really playing with confidence, and it's funny because I'm in a group chat on Twitter. We were talking about that. I was like, Ghost looks really good today. I wouldn't be surprised if he scores. And I was kind of saying that to myself, I wouldn't be surprised if he scores. And he scored, and it was awesome. I was like, there we go. There's that goal. And again, it seemed like a lot of the time that the defense was joining the rush today, and that's one thing you love to see because it happened on the first goal where you had Sanheim pinch, sent up Coots, and then Ghost pinches here, and he scores. He said he tried to go bar down, but he ended up going right 5-hole, which I thought was kind of funny. But again, really nice play there, and it's 2-0 Flyers here with 5:27 left in the second. And the Flyers get another goal late here. Really nice passing play. Voracek, he gets it out of the zone, sends it up to Lindblom. He made an unbelievable pass. I think this is honestly one of Lindblom's best games this year because it seems like, again, I can't really say much negative about Lindblom, but he at times has just looked like he's just not physically there yet, and it's completely understandable. But I think this is one of his best games so far, coming off of COVID and everything. That line looked really good. The Lawton, Voracek, and Lindblom line, they all get points on this one. Lawton gets the goal, and Voracek and Oscar get the assists. Really nice play. It was just such a nice play. They go right through the zone, and Lawton scores backhand 5-hole in the breakaway. Really nice move there. And again, really good period for the Flyers. They owned it. They were scoring goals, great passing. The one thing I have here, just have to shut this down. Moose has been fantastic. Shots on goal were 26-14 in favor of the Flyers after 2, 15-8 Flyers in the period. Sabres had some push a couple minutes in. That was definitely expected. All 4 lines were generating offense for the Flyers. Raffl hit a post off a really nice play from Aubé-Kubel to strip the puck and set up Raffl. teams were really trading chances. Flyers didn't really want to do that. They kind of just wanted to bunker down, defend well, and that's what they did. The last 10, 12 minutes of this period, they bunkered down, they got the red line, they dumped it. They were very smart, just, and it's not like they didn't just stop playing offense too. That's kind of one thing we kind of saw a little bit early in the year is if they were up, they would kind of stop playing offense a little bit. They'd just get the puck and change, and they didn't really do that. They kept hammering away. They were getting zone time. And again, I honestly thought Oscar had a really good game kind of to go off that too. I put here, he's been making a lot of good passes. He set up guys a lot. He set up Lawton for a nice chance here in the third that ended up getting blocked. But the reason I put that is because I think Lindblom, he had a lot of good plays where he was setting up guys. And it wasn't even just offensively, defensively, he's looked really good too. But offensively, he's kind of struggled a little bit, which again, it's nothing against him. But again, I think today is a really good step in the right direction for Oscar to kind of keep that going. And hopefully he can continue that going in these next few games. Because again, I think he's looked really good this year for everything he's gone through in the past year and a half. But Flyers get a power play here. Sabres own zone penalty after stuck in the own zone for a while, and Jeff Skinner took it. 9:29 left, and this was a really bad power play for the Flyers. They got nothing going. Really aggressive penalty kill from Buffalo. Flyers were just killing time again after that. Sending it deep, kept up the offense. Really good effort from the Flyers today. End of the game comes, and it honestly looked like that Buffalo was going to score because they got a power play with 30 seconds left. They had a chance. I don't know if it hit the side of the net or the post, but nevertheless, Flyers, they kill it off. Second game in a row, as I said, with 39 shots on goal. The end of the game, shots were 39-22 in favor of the Flyers. So, again, really solid game overall from the Flyers tonight. Tonight, I should say this afternoon. But, for the most part, really solid. Defended well. They moved everything through the through the neutral zone up to the offensive zone. They just played really smart today, and that's what's going to happen. I think this is kind of the consistency you want to see from the lineup. You get guys back, everybody contributes. Defense looked really good. Your goaltender kept you in it. I thought all four lines were rolling. And that's one thing you kind of want to see is in the third period when you're up like that, you're able to still roll four lines and everything. That's one thing that I'm sure Alain Vigneault is really happy about. So again, really good effort from the Flyers today. Again, Moose this year, he's played 2 games against Buffalo. He's already shut them out twice. He's got 62 saves versus Buffalo this year, which is a good tweet there by Jamie Bascow. One thing I will say tonight, I'm going to be covering the Phantoms game. They play Wilkes-Barre Scranton at 7:05. So check out Twitter. Instagram. On my Instagram, I'm going to be doing some stuff. On the Flyers Nitty Gritty Instagram, I'm going to be doing some stuff too. As I said, on Twitter, I'm going to have an article. Also going to have a post-game video, recapping the game and things like that, because once I'm done recording this, I have to get ready and head out to get down there. But again, seriously, I literally cannot appreciate all the support you guys have given me, from Jamie to Reeve and everybody from Flyers Nitty, for giving me the opportunity to go. It's an unbelievable feeling, and again, it's going to be the first AHL game I've done. I already did one for the Flyers back when they played Buffalo back in January when they won 3-0 at home there. So again, unbelievable opportunity here for me. Seriously appreciate it. I cannot be in this position without you guys watching, because again, I would have nothing if you didn't watch the video and listen to the podcast and look at the articles and the tweets and the Instagram posts and everything I do. So seriously, guys, remember, I just can't even put it into words sometimes how much I appreciate all of you. So seriously, thank you so much. Remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.